We'll be getting started in just a second. Today, all you need is your bands. So not an equipment heavy day today. Okay, so we're gonna get our bodies warmed up, lower body warmed up to start with today, with a little squat and a knee tuck. So we're just gonna go into a squat and then tuck one knee, squat, and then tuck your other knee in towards your chest. My question for everyone today is, when was the last time that you did something for the first time? So my answer is, yesterday, Catherine and I went on a nice walk in a local cemetery, and I went into a mausoleum for the first ever time. It was really cool, a lot of great stained glass and mosaics. So that is what I got to do for the first time ever yesterday. Is somehow I made it to this age without never having been in a mausoleum before. Patience and Beth, when's the last time that you did something for the first time? How about you, Julie? Yeah, that's a good one. I think a lot of us can probably say that. Okay, so next we're going to go into a bit of a lunge with a twist that'll be good for your back, kind of getting your back warmed up, range of motion. So you're going to take a reverse lunge, right leg behind you, right hand to that inner left ankle and twist up. So you're just going to stay on that same side, right leg back into a lunge, and we're twisting up like that. Arwen, what about you? When's the last time you did something for the first time? Congratulations, that's great. What about you, Becky? Last time you did something for the first time? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, sounds like fun. All right, switch legs. So now your left leg, kind of reverse lunge into that with your left leg, and then your left hand will reach down to your ankle and twist up. Catherine, when's the last time you did something for the first time? Okay, one, let's see. Yeah, what about you? Last time you did something for the first time? Yeah, and thank you for taking us on your trip with you. All right, so let's get ready for our workout here. Christy, I think I didn't get to you for the warm-up question. If you have something that you can think of that you've done recently or even not so recently for the first time. Congratulations. All right, so let me just explain. We're doing a little bit of a different style today, trivia style. So what I'm going to do is we're going to have about 10 questions for you. Each question has an exercise assigned to it. So we'll all be doing the same exercise as I ask the question. And they'll have 3 possible answers. Each answer has an exercise associated with it. So after I read the question and possible answers twice, then I'll say go, and you will do the exercise that you correspond with what everything you think the answer is. So it'll be easy to catch on to, and I will walk us through it here. But for starters, I'm going to go through number one and two are going to have the same exercises associated, and these are all things mostly that we've done before, so should be fairly easy. The question, when I ask the question, we're all going to be doing star jumps or star squats. So star jumps are like this, where you're kind of just jumping up in a star shape. You don't actually have to leave the ground. If this kind of just going up on your tippy toes feels better. So we'll be doing that as I ask the question. And then the 3 different exercises that we will be able to do to show what answer that you want to pick is either pulse squats, like this, jumping squats, or frog squats. So frog squats, you kind of take your hands down like this, like you're going to touch the ground. You can touch the ground if that range of motion is there for you. So that is what we'll be doing for the first 2 questions. So everybody, let's start with our star jumps. And some of these I'll be doing with you, some of I won't because I have to watch the screen. So let's start with star jumps. So and this is right back to warm-up questions. Some of these are going to feel familiar to you. If you could tame any animal or creature of your choice, which one of these people chose a leprechaun? So keep doing your star jumps. We've got Christy for pulse squats, Liz jump squats, and Becky frog squats. Okay, I'm going to read it one more time. Keep doing your star jumps. Anytime, tame any animal or creature, who would choose a leprechaun? If you think it's Christy, you're going to do pulse squats. If you think it's Liz, you're going to do jump squats. And if you think it's Becky, you're going to do frog squats. And we're going in 3, 2, and 1. Okay. We're going to do this for 45 seconds just to get the answers. All right. So Christy, pulse squats, Liz, jump squats, Becky, frog squats. Okay. All right. Keep going. About 25 seconds left here. Okay, I see a couple people that are getting it right here. I think Catherine and Liz and Jill are on board here. So keep going for a few more seconds. Drum roll. The answer is Liz. So Liz wants to tame that leprechaun. Now, if you got it wrong, there are 2 exercises you have to do with me, chest to ground. So we're going now if you got it wrong. Just 2 of these, chest to the ground. You're coming up to a stand, chest to the ground, and you're coming up to a stand. And you can always do that on a chair too, if you want to take your chest to the chair and stand. So, okay, so that is our format for today. Same exercises for the second question. All right, so we're gonna go into star jumps as I'm asking this in 3, 2, and star jumps, or star exploding up onto the tips of your toes. What US state has a town named Chicken? You heard that right, I said chicken nuggets. Is it Alaska for pulse jumps? Is it Tennessee for jump squats? Is it Wyoming for frog squats? Okay, one more time through. What US state has a town named Chicken? Is it Alaska for pulse jumps? Or pulse squats, sorry. Is it Tennessee for jump squats? And is it Wyoming for frog squats? And we're going for your answer in 3, 2, 1. Alaska's pulse squats, Tennessee jump squats, Wyoming frog squats. Okay. See a lot of frogs. All right. Catherine is doing the pulse squat, and that is the winner. Yep. Alaska has a city named Chicken, literally. Okay. All right, we're gonna pause for a second here. So yeah, it goes, they wanted to call it ptarmigan, but no one could pronounce it. This was like in the 1900s, early 1900s. So they call it chicken instead, because chickens look like ptarmigans. Okay, so 3 new exercises here. The question exercise is gonna be bicycle crunches. And we will be doing 3 answer exercises that are variations of planks. You're either gonna be doing a plank leg lift, like this, alternating leg lift, or a plank knee tuck. So you're planking and tucking one knee and then the other knee in towards your chest. Or you're just gonna be doing a regular straight plank. And again, always pick where you wanna do your plank. If you're more comfortable on a chair or the edge of an ottoman or something, that's fine. All right, so everybody head to their position where you'd like to do bicycle crunches. Okay. And it's okay if I can't see you for this part. I know it's like adjusting the camera is not always easy. So we'll just kind of play along through this one here if I can't see you. But let's do the crunches now. Okay. If we woke up to a warm summer day tomorrow, who would choose to go boating and take the dog swimming? From one of our warm-up questions. So if you think it's Jill, you're gonna do plank with a leg lift. If you think it's Christy, you're gonna do plank with a knee tuck. If you think it's Beth, you're gonna just do a regular plank. So keep going on those bicycles. If we woke up to a warm summer day tomorrow, who would choose to go boating and take the dog swimming? Jill, plank leg lift. Christy, plank knee tuck. And Beth, just a regular plank. And go, take your version of a plank. Okay. All right. You see several of you are getting this right. Look at that. All right, we've got about 15 seconds to go here. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, you're stopping. The answer was Christy. So if you were doing plank knee tucks, then you don't have to do a penalty exercise. But if you are not doing plank knee tucks, you're going to join me in four chest to ground exercises now. All right, so taking that chest to the ground, stand up, chest to the ground, stand up. And here we go. Okay, next question. So we are going to be doing bicycle crunches again, same set of exercises. So get in your position for this one. All right, and we're going. So a group of ferrets, yes, those little cute little ferrets, a group of ferrets is referred to as, if you think it's a business, you're going to do a plank leg lift. If you think it's a mob, you're going to do a plank knee tuck. If you think it's a wisdom, you're going to do a plank. All right, one more time through, keep doing those crunches. Group of ferrets is referred to as a business, plank leg lift, mob, plank knee tuck, or wisdom, just a regular plank. And go, take your plank. All right. Okay, so we're on this for 45 seconds here. And challenge yourself to do as much of a regular plank as you can, and then if you need to go to your knees at any point, you are going to do that. Okay. All right, we got about halfway through here. Everyone's planks look great. All right. All right, so it looks like Liz and Catherine and Patience and Beth, all of you who are doing the leg lift got it right, and we're stopping. So a group of ferrets is known as a business. Yes, take that tidbit with you through your day today. So if you're doing plank leg lifts, you don't have to follow me, and just back to two of the chest to grounds for those who didn't get the right answer. So we're going chest to ground for two. Only those who didn't know about the business have to do this one. Okay. Super. All right, let's drink of water here. So next we have 3 new exercises. The exercise we'll be doing as we do the question will be scissor jacks. So that's your opposite arm and leg coming forward. You can jump or step, and the answer exercises are all about the kick on this one. You'll be either kicking to the front for one of the answers, or you'll be kicking alternating to the side for another answer. And then the last option will be kicking to your butt. So kind of just standing and trying to get those heels towards your butt as much as you can. All right. Now this is another flashback to our warm-up question. This is, we're going to start scissor jacks in 3, 2, and 1. Go. Which person's favorite candy as a kid was M&M's? If you think it's Catherine, you'll do some front kicks. If you think it's Beth, you'll do some side kicks. And if you think it's Lorena, you'll do some butt kicks. Once more, which person's favorite candy as a kid was M&M's? Catherine will be front kicks. Beth will be side kicks. And Lorena will be butt kicks. And go. So take your pick, which kick that you're going to be doing. Catherine is front kick, Beth is side, Lorena is butt kicks. Right. So Lorena hopped on this morning, but she actually just hopped on to tell me she couldn't be here today, but maybe she'll see you all kicking for her in the recording here, because that is the answer. So whoever was not doing the butt kicks here, we are going to be headed into 3, 2, 1, into 4 of our chest to ground exercises. All right. So we're going here in 3, 2, and 1. Chest to ground. Come up. we are on to the next question. Okay, so next, some of you may be very familiar, some of you may have no idea. That's okay, we're all having fun. We're gonna start with some scissor jacks again, okay? And go. This question, what is Scooby-Doo's full name? Okay, Scoobert-Doo is gonna be front kicks. Scooby-Doobert, side kicks. Or Scoobert-Doobert, butt kicks. I'll read that again for you here. Scooby-Doo's full name. So if you think it's Scoobert-Doo, front kicks. Scooby-Doobert, side kicks. Or Scoobert-Doobert, butt kicks. And go. All right. See some front kicks, I see some side kicks. A lot of kicks through the screen. See some butt kicks. All right, 20 more seconds here. Keep up the kicking. All right. So some of you were fans and some of you maybe were not. Maybe those are the ones who got it right, because the answer is Scoobert-Doo. Everyone doing front kicks got that one right. And everyone who didn't is going to join me in 2 chest to ground exercises. Okay. All right. We're going to do some new exercises now. Our question exercise is a skater. So as I'm asking the question, we're going to be going back and forth like this into skaters. The 3 answer exercises will be variation on a push-up. So whether you're doing it on the push-up on the mat or a wall, I'll show you on the wall what it looks like, the variations. One answer is just a regular push-up. One answer is a push-up to a plank jack. So you'll be push-up and then take the legs out and in. If you're on the ground, you'd be push-up and legs out and in. And then the third option for that push-up is a push-up to an alternating knee tuck. So you'll just take one knee up and the other knee up after you do each push-up. So that is the 3 options for you. Those are the options. So here is another flashback to our warm-up question. Let's start with our skaters in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so who would like to find a rooftop bar after climbing 36 flights of stairs? If you think it's Patience, you'll do a regular push-up. If you think it's Jill, you'll do a push-up to a plank jack. If you think it's Arwen, you'll do a push-up to a knee tuck. I'm gonna read that through one more time. Who would like to find a rooftop bar after climbing 36 flights of stairs? If you think it's Patience, you'll do a push-up. If you think it's Jill, you push up the plank jack. If you think it's Arwen, a push-up with a knee tuck into your chest. And you're going in 3, 2, and 1. Show me your variation of your push-up or your regular push-up, whichever you think it is. Patience is a push-up, Jill, push-up, plank jack, Arwen, push-up to the knee tuck. Okay. All right, keep it up. Good push-ups there. We're halfway through. All right, keep it up. Almost there, just 10 seconds to go. And 3, 2, 1. Okay, if you were doing push-ups to the knee tuck, you had the right answer. That was Arwen. If you weren't, you're going to join me for 4 chest to ground exercises starting now. Okay. All right. Next up, it's all about the birds. So if you like birds, you probably know the answer to this one. All right. So we're going to be doing our skaters again, starting in 3, 2, and 1. Skaters with us. Okay. All right. All right. So we've got, which bird is known as a laughing jackass? It is, if it's a kookaburra, you do a push-up. If it's a ring-necked pheasant, you do a push-up to a plank jack. If it's the royal albatross, you do push-up and a knee tuck. One more time through. Which bird is known as the laughing jackass? If you think it's a kookaburra, you do a push-up. Ring-necked pheasant, push-up to plank jack, and royal albatross would be push-up to the knee tuck. And go. Okay. All right. So we've got 45 seconds on the clock here. Keep going. All right, those push-ups are looking good. Okay. All right, 15 seconds to go. Keep it up. All right, last few seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, if you were doing the push-ups, the regular push-ups, you won this round. The laughing jackass is known as the kookaburra. All right. And 2 chest to ground with me for those of you who did not get that right. Okay. All right, we've got just a couple questions left here. We're going to be doing our next one with some new exercises. So this time, for these last 2, we're going to actually need a like a medium band. I'll show you what we're going to be doing. Light to medium band. We're going to have it on your wrist. The question exercise will be taking the band out like this. So you're really trying to stick your chest out and pull your hands like you're trying to put your elbows behind your back. So aim your elbows behind your back as you're pulling apart like that. Okay, that looks great. Okay, so that will be what we'll be doing as I ask the question. The 3 exercise for the answers are going to be also involving the band. You'll either be doing a squat, you're staying down in the squat and you're raising your hands up like this, keeping tension on that band, or you're going to be doing just up and down in the squat while you raise your hands like that. And lastly, you'll be doing up and down with the hands, but you'll be doing jumping jacks. So you'll be either jumping or you can step out, like take turns stepping out like that, if you'd rather do that than the actual jumping. So this is these 2 exercises, these last 2 questions will really work our shoulders. So let's get your band so we can get started with the first question. Another warm-up question related one. Okay, so let's start. Just doing a standing, taking those elbows behind your body, keeping those shoulders down away from your ears. Good. All right, who has a blow up guitar that they could use as a white elephant gift? If you think it's Lorena, you're gonna do the front raise with that isometric squat. If you think it's Catherine, you're gonna do the band front raise with the up and down squat. If you think it's Becky, you'll do the front raise with the jumping jack. So I'm gonna read that through again. Who has the blow up guitar that they could use as a white elephant gift? Lorena is the band with the isometric sitting squat. Catherine is the band with the up and down squat, and Becky is the band with the jumping jacks. And go. And I realize it's not fair for everyone because not everyone was here when these questions were asked. So I appreciate you just picking an exercise and keeping moving with us, because that's what it's all about, is just getting the movement in today and maybe finding some things out about somebody on the screen you did not know. All right, we've got 15 seconds to go. Excellent. Keep it up. All right, and 3, 2, and 1. Okay. So if you were doing the jumping jack with the front raise, you got it right. Becky has a blow up guitar she could use as a white elephant gift. And if you weren't doing that exercise, you can join me and 4 chest to ground exercises right now. Okay. All right. All right, we got one more question before we are done with the trivia portion of our workout this morning. Same set of exercises. All right, so we're gonna start out again with those bands around your wrists, taking the arms behind your body. All right, and we're going now. How can you tell how old a horse is? Is it the forehead wrinkles? If you think so, you'll be doing that front raise with that isometric sitting squat. If you think it's the teeth, you'll be doing a front raise with the up and down squat. And if you think it's the number of gray hairs, you'll be doing the jumping jack with the front raise. Okay, one more time through. How can you tell how old a horse is? The forehead wrinkles, you do a band front raise with that isometric sitting squat. If you think it's the teeth, the front raise with the up and down squat. If you think it's the number of gray hairs, jumping jack with the front raise. And we're going in 3, 2, and show me your answers. Okay. Either I made a really easy question or there's some horse people on the screen, because a lot of you are getting this one right. Keep it up, halfway there. All right, almost there, 5 more seconds. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay. If you were doing the up and down squats with the front raise, you were right. The teeth is how you tell how old a horse is. And last but not least, if you did not do that, join me for 4 chest to ground exercises now. Okay, and that's a wrap for the trivia. So let's take a break for a minute here we're gonna get set up with a Tabata exercise next. So it's a quick 4-minute block and we'll get a nice rest after that. So get a drink of water, get ready for that. Okay, so that Tabata, if you remember, is gonna be 20 seconds of work and 10 seconds of rest. 2 simple exercises to get us through the Tabata. The first is going to be our knee crusher exercise, where we're reaching up like this and pretending we're bringing something down to crush on our knee. And the other will be our skaters. And I really want you on these skaters to try to get as low as you can. If you can touch the ground, bonus points, but not everyone has that range of motion. So you just do what's comfortable for you on that, keeping as low to the ground as you can as we do those skater exercises. All right. A few more seconds here and we're gonna get started. Okay. All right. So first, let's start with bringing that left knee up and back for the crushers. And 3, 2, 1, and go. So since we're doing just 20 seconds of work, this should be pretty much all out effort here. Try to do as hard as you can. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, rest for 10 seconds here. And then we're gonna switch to the other side on those knee crushers. And 3, 2, and 1. And that foot that's going back and forth, really try to make it light. You're standing on your left foot, and that should be doing the brunt of the work. Really works in that hip. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. We're gonna switch now back to the left side, and you're taking that left knee up in 3, 2, and 1. Go. And 3, and 2, and 1. Okay. Go one more time for these on the other leg. Now we're gonna bring the right knee up, standing on that left leg in 3, 2, and 1. Three, 2, and 1. Okay, skaters are next. Just 2 minutes of work left here, and then we're gonna have a nice rest. You can do this. Skaters in 3, 2, 1. Little limbo here. How low can you go? And 3, 2, and 1. Rest. All right, back into it. And 3, 2, show me your skates. Less than a minute left here. Just keep moving. Whatever that looks like for you, just keep going back and forth. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, just 2 more times. And we get a nice, well-deserved break here. 3, 2, and go. So even though you're reaching down, still try to keep your chest up as much as you can. They're really kind of squatting back onto that one leg. 3, 2, and 1. All right, the final Interval is upon us. Keep moving through it in 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Right, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, everybody, let's take a break. We deserve it. Good job. That was a hard little cardio burst there. You did it. Okay. All right. We're going to slow it down for the next block of work here, but we're still going to give ourselves a minute to recover. We're going to do some core work, and that'll be the last thing we do today, is working into our core. And these are all going to be much slower, more controlled exercises. So kind of working that strength component. We have 3 final exercises to take us to the end today, all core. The first is going to be a bird dog exercise. We'll just show you that. I know probably most of you are familiar, but just give you a few pointers on that. You'll start with all fours, and you're going to take opposite arm and leg out. And what a lot of people do is just kind of hang out here and don't think about what's happening in the core. So you really want to have a lot of tension in your core, like you're doing a plank. You want to try to be very balanced, like you've got a dowel rod or like a broom across your low back, and you're trying to keep it from tilt to one side to the other. So we're going to be doing 20-second holds on each side for that. Next, we're going to be doing a side plank, and you can do a side plank on your knee or on your feet. But what we're going to be adding into that side plank is a little leg lift. You don't have to lift it much, just a few inches up and down, kind of like a slow pulse there. And we'll do that for 20 seconds on each side. And then the last in the round of core exercises will be the lovely slow bicycle, which we know and love because we've done before. So let's get started. We're going to do, like I said, 20 seconds of work on each side for those exercises and about 40 seconds for that bicycle. So let's get started with the bird dog. So find your place for that and go. You can pick an arm and pick a leg. I don't care which side you start on, but it is opposite arm and leg, reaching out. You're stretching that hand out as far as front of you can, and you're stretching that foot and pointing it behind you as far as you can. But think about your core being tight and rigid as you do this. Switch sides. Okay. And 3, 2, 1. Okay, go into your side planks. Give yourself just a second here to transition. We don't have to immediately start, but you can also do this on, if you like to do it on a chair with your arm on the chair too, it's always an option. But let's go up into that side plank and do a little bit of a leg raise. Just 20 seconds, and then we're going to flip to the other side. Halfway. Three, 2, and switch. So whether you're on your knees or your toes doing this side plank, that hip that's closest to the floor, you're really trying to pull it away from the floor. Create as much distance between the floor and your hip as you can. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we are on our back. So the most important part, if you remember me telling you before about these slow bicycles is that your low back is really pressed into the mat. And we're going now. Really keep the speed slow. And more than anything, envision that someone, for some reason, has placed a P under the small of your back, and your job is to crush it between your low back and the mat. It's going to keep your back safe and help you get the most lower abdominal work out of this exercise. Shoulders should be relaxed, head on the mat. Good, just a few seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're gonna go one more time through and we're done. So let's go back into your bird dog. And we're taking one arm out, one leg out, and 3, 2, and 1. Really try to feel that tension in your core as you're stretching that arm and leg out. And 3, 2, 1, and switch sides. Okay, a few more seconds. Keep that tension. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, side plank it is now with a little leg lift. Getting set up for that. And we're starting in 3, 2, and 1. All right, keep it up. It's a long 20 seconds, isn't it? You've got this. 3, 2, and switch sides. Oh, we're so close. We're into the last minute of work today. So just keep that body moving. You're doing great. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, slow bicycles are taking us across that finish line. So onto your back. And we're starting in 3, 2, slow your roll here with that bicycle. Pressing that low back into the mat. So the lower that you keep your feet to the ground, the more challenge it is. So try to challenge yourself like that, but always maintain control of your low back. Last few seconds here. Keep moving. You're doing good. Doing really good. And 3, 2, and 1. We have made it. Okay, you can stay on the mat or on the floor, wherever you are. We have a couple stretches that we're going to do here. First of all, let's get into our hip flexors for a little bit. So step that left leg forward and let your whole body move forward with that right knee behind you. And we're going to get a flexor stretch on that right hip. Now, if you reach those fingertips up to the ceiling, that's going to give you an even more complete stretch up into the torso a little bit. So hopefully you learned something today, maybe about somebody else, maybe about a random fact you can spit out to someone else you encountered today. Either way, hope you had as much fun as I did with that. Okay, switch sides, right leg forward, left knee back. All right, so our next stretch is going to be good for the shoulders and good for the low back. So we're going to go into a child's pose. So bring your knees to the edge of the mat, sink your butt back towards your heels. Climb those hands in front of you. Try to keep your elbows locked out straight. So what that does is it forces a nice stretch in through your shoulders and your upper back if you keep those elbows straight and your arms straight. And you've crawled your fingertips away from you as much as you can. So we're going to hold that for a few seconds, and then we're going to kind of work into each side by going on either side of the mat with our hands. Okay, so now I want you to place both of your hands on the edge of the left side of the mat. So primarily you're going to feel a stronger stretch in your right shoulder now, kind of through that right lat area. Some of the muscles we were using with the band towards the end of our trivia today. And now on the right side. So take both those hands to the right side of the mat. Still keeping those elbows straight, arms locked out. Now we're getting a good stretch through that left shoulder, lat area. Okay, one more stretch for you here. We are just going to stand. Take the legs pretty far apart, toes pointed out a little bit. And I want you to push your hips forward and then move down towards the ground. So what I'm going to have you do is move down to where you can feel your inner thigh stretching. So some of you, it's just going to look like a little bend forward. Some of you, you'll have to bend down to touch the ground. We all come with beautiful bodies and different range of motion. So I would like you to do whatever feels right to you for this stretch. So our next Fitcamp is on Tuesday, called, I have cleverly named it ISO Baby, because we have some isometric exercises mixed in with some cardio work. So a little bit of both strength and cardio. It's going to be a fun workout again. All right, thank you everyone for joining me. Hope you have a good Thursday. I'll see you soon.